Hello and welcome to Matt Loves Eurovision. This is my Eurovision 2025 Top 37 countdown. It's place number 31, Lithuania, Katarsis, Tavo, akys.
Tavo akys mato skausmą mano.
Please do click on the subscribe button, ring that notification bell and like, share and comment below. So it's the first of the three Baltic countries, and perhaps a little surprising to many of you for me to have Lithuania as my number 31. Lithuania has been in my top 5, or at least my top 10 since 2020. So this is the first time I've put them, I think, in such a lowly position. Yet this entry is a perfect example of where I will fully acknowledge the quality and authenticity of the entry, but that it's just a genre that I personally don't enjoy. But that is no disrespect at all to Katarsis, who are the band representing Lithuania in Basel. Now, Katarsis are a 4-piece band, alternative rock band made of 3 guys, 1 girl. They've been together since 2020 when they got a top 4 single in Lithuania. And they've now added a number 1 Lithuanian single, and that is, of course, Tavo akys this year. They took part in the ever-extensive Lithuanian national final, 44 initial entries and several semi-finals before eventually reaching their grand final. They ended up comfortable winners of that grand final. They topped both the jury and the public vote, which meant they advanced to the super final, which had 3 songs in it. That was televote only, and they won that pretty comfortably as well. Now, Tavo akys, or it's Your Eyes in English, is described in Wikipedia at least as being in the alt rock genre, though I would say, to me, it feels reminiscent of the sort of grunge rock of the mid-90s and early 2000s. Because that was the period that I grew up as a teenager. I went to university in the late 90s as well. The lyrics are suitably dark and foreboding, though as it's all in Lithuanian, once again, you'll need to see the translation to understand them. Now, the lead singer, Lukas Radzevičius, is the sole credited writer of the song, which is a definite rarity at Eurovision these days. Now, this is, I have to say, a really quality entry, and I think in terms of kind of the authenticity of it, I think in terms of performance, it must rank pretty high up in this year's entries. Now, my low placing is purely a reflection of my personal tastes. I was never very fond of grunge or alt rock or indie when I was a teenager back in the 90s. I definitely fitted into other musical camps. And that really hasn't changed that much in the 30 years on. I'm also, of this particular song, I'm not that fond of the repeated Tavo that sort of concludes the song. Again, though, I'm sure that's something that the fans of the song will appreciate as being an essential part of the song structure. Now, Lithuania have got a very good qualification record overall, and their last non-qualification came in 2019, and that in itself, that also was close. Now, while this is not the usual, perhaps fare that the fandom would like, it's actually doing pretty well in the Eurovision scoreboard app. It definitely has a kind of a strong and committed fan base. In the betting odds to qualify, while not among the sort of super strong favourites to go through, it's looking pretty solid. And while I don't think Lithuania are in the mix to win, I think this has a good chance of picking up both a decent jury score and a televote score in the grand final. And I think overall, another good result is on the cards for Lithuania. And just remember, the last 4 results they've had have been 8th, 14th, 11th and 14th in the grand final. And I think we can fully expect this to do well as well in Basel. Now, of course, please do be sure to take a look at my website, www.mattloveseurovision.com, where you'll find the kind of the write-ups of all of these kind of reviews. And join me next time as we carry on up the countdown. Take care.